Oh,
Gary,
how are we?
welcome
Yes, nice to be
Hawes and
back.
Curtis.
Nice to be
What
back.
can I tell you? Look very sharp today, Gary.
I always look sharp when I've been raiding your store.
Oh, I want to look sharper, cleaner, and cool. What about yourself?
They're not words that I've ever been sort of thrown at me, Touker. I rejected. I mean, I looked a mess for probably most of my life. I look a little bit better now, I think. I make a bit more of an effort, particularly since I met you. But I think even when I went into punditry, the first show I was on, my suit was all over the place. I wore a light grey suit and it scrumpled up at the back, you know what I mean? It all sort of like, you could see there's creases in it. And then when I played football, I didn't care. I just did not care about anything, didn't care about anything when I went into punditry. And then the last few years, just thought, oh God, I've got to have my hair cut at least, and I've got to at least look half smart on television. I'm surrounded by some pretty smart people on television, so I had to up my game a little bit.
Well, you've got some famous footballers you're friends with
I know.
who are fashion icons.
I know, I think that's why I rejected. I think that's why I was almost like the opposite. It was like, I felt a little bit like, what's the point in competing with these people who look incredible in whatever they wear?
But then I do know you've got a very serious side to you. You're a successful entrepreneur, property developer, hotel owner. That's where you've got to look the part.
I know, but you get dressed up every day, don't you?
No, not every day.
Like, but you look smart every day. To be fair, I love, because maybe it's where I come from, but I love wearing tracksuit pants or a jogging suit or a hoodie. Like, I love wearing that type of clothes. I don't know what it is about me that.
But I guess if you're going to meet investors,
oh yeah, no,
you're going to meet banks, you're going to meet lawyers, then it's a different.
Yeah, you have to. You get a bit more, particularly when you come to London.
Yeah,
you have to up your game a little bit when you come to London.
Look,
it's like you lot down here.
You know, the funny thing is,
you're smart down here and posh.
The funny thing is, the amount of suits that we're selling, people are wearing plain t-shirt with it. Simple. You don't always have.
And trainers now.
Yeah, and trainers.
People are in trainers with suits.
Yep. Every year, when it comes to Dragon's Den, I try and wear a different outfit, where it's a different tie, different handkerchief, different suit.
And you always go for a little wild colour, don't you?
Always,
as well?
Always. And I think that's part of my preparation to come into the den. And no doubt you've seen that, and we're about to see you again, which is great news. The most important thing I find on the other end is, if you're an entrepreneur and you're going to come and pitch to us Dragons in the den, get your numbers right.
He's having to go at people already. There's not even anyone pitching. Just so you know, you are quite sort of intimidating. You know that, don't you?
Am I? Very stressful.
Yeah, because I mean, they're coming in. I don't feel sorry for them, because obviously they've chosen to do it. But I have some sympathy with them when they walk through those doors. Those lift doors open, they walk through. When I come into Dragon's Den, I get a little bit nervous, and I'm in the chairs. So they coming through facing you, Peter, Deborah, Stephen, they must be absolutely terrified.
By the way, this gentleman here is the biggest softie when it comes to investment. Thank God he's only been a guest. If he was there full time, he'd need a printing machine. He'd have to invest in everything.
Honestly, the people come in, and if I like them, I think, oh, they deserve a little bit of
a little bit of Mancunian help.
Mancunian sort of love, and just give them a little bit of an investment. But do you know something? I have to say, when they walk through the door, how nervous they must be. But when I'm looking at them, I'm thinking, I'm glad I'm not stood where you are. And particularly with you, because you drill them on the numbers and the finances straight away. And then Deborah can obviously then sort of start to come in, and Peter comes in. Before you know it, it's like, you have to be quite resilient when you're coming through the doors.
If you're investing your hard-earned cash, you can't just give it away. And some people try to pull the wool over your eyes. You know?
Do you think so?
What, numbers especially?
Numbers.
Yeah.
Do you know what I think about numbers? Sometimes if you're a founder of a business, and you'll disagree with me here, but if you're a founder of a business, you're usually not a financial person or a CFO or a financial director. You're usually a creative or a salesperson, business development. When they come in, I don't expect them to know every number from the last 3 years.
I'm the same.
They're not that person in the business, are they? They have someone who does that for them, usually, I would imagine.
The most important thing I look at is, are there any levers that I can pull to improve that business and make it grow? Yeah. That's all.
You're incredible on the retail stuff, aren't you? Where you can get the product.
Hence we're here.
The product, no, seriously, he's unbelievable. On the product stuff, he's unbelievable. and he's always looking for an advantage in terms of how he can sort of make the business more profitable. And when I watch you all and the way in which you tap into it, I'm just learning a lot at this moment in time.
So Gary, tell me, you got the new season starting, right? You're going to up your game with the old clothes, right? And your sidekicks are who this year?
Same people as last year: Micah Richards, Jamie Carragher, Roy Keane.
You're going to outstyle them?
Outstyle them.
So who's your biggest competitor now?
Oh, I don't know if I've got a competitor in the style stakes. I don't think of it like that. Jamie Redknapp's by absolute distance is the most stylish. Mike is having himself because he wears this branded fancy stuff that costs a lot of money. So the first time I met you was, so I had to do a pilot for Dragon's Den. I came to your offices.
Yep.
And I was absolutely shaking because it was my pilot to see whether actually I would be accepted as a dragon. And I did 2 or 3 pitches, like fake pitches with you, whereby there were some of the production crew were obviously presenting businesses to us.
I remember that.
And I got through it, but I always remember, to be fair, I remember you took me out for something to eat, and then you always invited me back. You always said sort of phone me anytime, you text me all the time. And you've all been brilliant, but you've been a star really with me. You looked after me a lot.
Look, I think sometimes you get chemistry with somebody, and it was easy. And I think when Gary came to the audition or the screen test, he was like a duck to water, natural. And we all looked at each other afterwards, and we all said, and I think from what I can see, Gary will be there for years. They'll be having you back as a guest dragon, because you had that difference, that compassion.
I love the programme, to be fair.
Yeah.
I absolutely, the programme, I absolutely love that programme.
He only lives 100 yards from the studio, but that's all right.
I can just roll out of bed in the morning, go over to the Dragon studio, come back and basically it's unbelievable how close I live.
But I think the most important thing is the fact that Gary and I have created this friendship, trust, and it doesn't mean that you do with all dragons. We're all friendly. But I think, it's the consistency of keeping in touch.
What's important, Touker, I think, because I am effectively the new person on the block. And I always used to think of it when you lads used to come into the changing room at United and you've been there a long time, you can either make their life easier or you can make their life difficult by how you treat them. And I think when I first came into Dragons, I was nervous about how everybody, I just didn't know how it was going to be. But I have to say, everyone was incredible with me. Honestly, they all were incredible. Everyone, Deborah, Peter, Stephen, Touker, Sarah, obviously as well, absolutely brilliant with me. Touker's a man for detail, somebody who has real passion about his business, and that's really important. And it's him. I mean, when I walk in here, I can see everything's immaculate. You see where in which the suits are just lined up, absolutely perfectly in line. Everything sort of.
They knew I was coming.
It's not normally like this, is it? No, but everything's spot on, and I think that's important. That and he's really passionate about his business, and I ask him a lot of questions about it because I don't know a lot about this sector at all. But Touker spends thousands of hours on this business, every waking minute of every day, thinking about how he can make it better, how he can sort of make sure that things are right, and yeah.
Well, I think there's 2 big things. It's quality of service, quality of product, and the value against the so we try and give what I call a real couture, made-to-measure service in our suits at an affordable price.
Yeah. When are you going to stop? He never goes on holiday, this man, So that's the other thing as well. He never ever stops. I don't like holidays. I say, when was his last holiday? He's like, I have 3 days a year or 2 days. I'm like, what?
But this is my
holiday.
Yeah. Look, I think for me, 2 things: working hard and helping others. There's that combination of giving back.
Well, you do that.
You got to help others, and I find that sometimes it's not even the financial reward. It's the fact that you want to win, the fact that you want to be able to leave a legacy behind.
What is winning for you, Touker, now? You've done everything. You've won your battle. You've fought your war. You don't need to do anything anymore.
Staying young, keeping healthy. So I think all of this keeps me young, keeps me healthy, keeps my mind alert, and gives me a purpose.
Yeah.
I think some people, when they get to my age, they want to be on a golf course, they want to be in the sun. That's not a purpose. For me, a purpose is to have a goal and to be able to achieve that goal and share it with others.
You're allowed a day off, though.
Yeah. Listen, I'm
You're on
here
one day
now.
off.
I'm here now, and I feel like I'm playing truant. But I'm with you, so it's fine.
You're time wasting. Your staff are looking at you thinking,
No.
come on, get back to work. When I look back at some of the pictures from me, even like in the early Sky days or when I played at United, I mean, honestly, it's a wreckage.
But they weren't looking at your clothes; they were looking at your football. How good was
That
it?
wasn't much better. So everyone asks that question all the time, what makes a great leader? I don't know.
What makes a great leader is somebody who could delegate, because a leader can't do everything. That's my view. My view is, if you want to start a new business you're nothing about, you employ the best people in that field. So a great leader is one that identifies great people to run his business.
I think people's the most important thing. What Touker just said about great people is absolutely right. There is no way you can do it on your own. Great product, great service, great value.
Someone's going to criticise you all the time. You can't be everywhere. And in a way, you try and set your own values. And one of my key values is you treat people like you want to be treated.
But criticism, in my field in football, if someone criticises you, you've got to ask yourself the question, are they right to criticise you? And quite often they are. So if your performance isn't good as a football player, maybe your standards have dropped when you're playing or you've given a goal away, you're going to get criticised for that. So I think in football it's quite different, that a lot of the times that you're getting criticised, you accept it as being understandable. There are sometimes you get criticised by people and you think, I actually am happy that they're criticising me because I want to be on a different side of the fence to them. That's exactly where I need to be, opposite opinions to that person, you know what I mean? So there's times where you think like that, and then there are other times where you feel like it's unjustified and then you just throw that into a box in the corner and forget about it. But they say it's basically similar to being a politician. You're just open for endless abuse and criticism because basically football is like a massive passion in this country.
But I guess you're on the executioner's box every week.
Yeah.
So it's not. So every match,
Yeah.
you're there for judgment.
Yeah, absolutely.
Whatever happens.
Yeah. Is it true that your best ever selling item is the item that I wore with the blue and the two beige bands around the bottom? The polo shirt, the wool polo shirt. Is that your best ever? Gary Neville boosted your sales.
I think Peter Jones wore it at the same time.
Oh, did he?
Yes.
Peter gets commission. I don't.
No. I think yes. I've got two of those. I mean, it's funny. The funny thing is, it was the right product for the right season.
Yeah.
You know, and I still wear it now.
Yeah.
Because it just adds that little tip in. That just makes that stylish.
It's the Neville polo.
I'm going to call it. Can we call it Neville polo now?
It's called the Neville polo,
right.
basically.
Okay.
Touker, why are you boycotting my city?
Can I assure you, it's not the fact
You're
that
boycotting my city. You haven't got a Hawes and Curtis in Manchester.
We're trying to get one in Trafford Centre. Impossible at the moment.
Where
else should I be?
In Manchester, where would it be? Cathedral Street?
Right.
Or St Anne's Square, maybe. That's where there's a couple of shops around there. Spinning Fields.
No.
More food and beverage.
Manchester is on my radar. The owners of Trafford Centre know we're looking.
Yeah.
But Cathedral Street is a new one for me, so we'll have to chase that. But definitely, I promise you, we'll be in Manchester.
Do you want me to just start selling pop-ups like Hawes and Curtis, like in the middle of the square? Just go around with like a little van or something.
I don't know about that. Don't know about that.
Do you want to invest? Do you want to invest in football club? Hey, we've got one position left.
Really? Left back in the changing room.
Come on, I'm pitching to you here. It's a club with, it's got really good people. It's got it's great group of people, like a members club for football. It's not
Salford. Can you imagine me slapping up to Salford
every
Saturday?
You could do the clothes for the team.
No.
Why don't you do all the suits for the team and the players?
We'll do that.
Hawes and Curtis sponsor Salford City for all the suits and the players.
We'll do that.
The club blazers.
We'll do that. Okay, that's done. Done.
I've just done a deal.
Easy.
I've just done a clothes deal for Salford City. You're going to supply all the blazers, all the.
So who are your other shareholders? David Beckham?
Yeah.
We'll have to get David Beckham in Hawes and Curtis. He won't, but I mean, I have to change the label to Laura Piana just to make him feel good.
Touker, have you seen some of your autumn? Well, you've obviously seen all your autumn winters.
Not all of it.
Where's that brown stuff with the beige? This sort of like stuff.
Lamb's
wool with this sort of like, this sort of
Beautiful.
thing. I mean, look at this. I think this is really. I think this is like quite cool colours. To get me in these might be a big ask, but I can see it.
Yep, and even that.
Do you know what I mean? It's pretty cool stuff, eh? I feel like I could be like a country like a bit of a country
squire.
Yeah, country squire. This is the.
No, but that's the look for the winter.
Look at that.
One thing's for sure,
Very nice,
we're
though.
not going to get you outstyled by those other pundits that you work with. That's for sure.
When do you know that it's a success or that it's not a success,
Within a
and
week.
you see and within a week? You do.
You know, within a week. If you've got something that's flying out in store and online, you know it's a winner.
The last collection I wore was the Euros.
Remember, you were the smartest dressed pundit on Euros. Proud and honoured to have Gary here today.
You don't need to say that because it's great to come and see you.
No, but I think I'm hoping that Gary will be ahead of the game when it comes to fashion for this next season.
The 2025-6 season
Yeah.
in football is not to do with football. And you'll see my GN pocket chief and socks in 26-27 season.
Well, if you want anything specially made, let me know. You know?
Well done.
Right.
Touker, great to see you. Great to see you. Thank you very much.